Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of Masters of the Universe Forge of Destiny number 3 from Dark Horse Comics. This is the third issue in a 4-issue miniseries written by Tim Seeley with art by Eddie Nunez. Normally I like to talk into the camera on these reviews, but I'm letting some paint dry in my bedroom, so we're going to be doing it in this format where I'm talking over images. And so this is a miniseries telling a story early in He-Man's career that gives the origin of Cyclone. And Cyclone, even though he doesn't have his wind powers yet, still does some really awesome stuff in this issue, but you can't tell it from the cover. I actually think the cover for last issue that featured Cyclone prominently would have been more appropriate because he didn't really get to do much last issue, and this issue he kind of steals the show. And I think this cover of Skeletor manipulating He-Man would have been perfect for last issue. However, regardless of whatever issue it's on, it is an amazing cover. It's just a brilliant idea to have Skeletor dangling He-Man on these strings like a puppet, and it's just so bold and so in your face. I don't know if this type of cover's been done on other comics. It wouldn't surprise me if it has been, but this is just really brilliant because it just pops because of Skeletor's skull face, and it's just a great concept, beautifully executed, and probably one of my favorite images I've seen done of Masters of the Universe. The artwork on the interior continues to be beautifully rendered and spot on to the source material. Last issue we did have some awkward storytelling in the fight scenes. Here the storytelling, even when it gets maybe a little bit awkward, is still pretty clear and still pretty easy to figure out what's going on. And there's examples of some solid visual storytelling as well. For instance, we have an establishing shot of this conversation that King Randor is having with Man-at-Arms and the Panther people. And we establish in a very adorable way that Orko is sleeping on Cringer nearby. And that's important because in the next page, we see Orko and Cringer overhearing this conversation. So it's very important to know where those characters were at. And yes, there are fight scenes in this issue, and the action centerpiece for issue 3 is absolutely this scene where Proto-Cyclone, I guess I'll call him, attacks Teela and He-Man, and it's a brilliantly done fight scene, and definitely the coolest action we've seen in this mini-series. I don't want to give it away, but let's just say there's some really nice use of some technology that fans know from elsewhere in the series in this scene. And I love Cyclone here outside of his costume. I would totally be down for a figure of this. And as we can see on the cover for the final issue, Cyclone will be getting his full armor and his wind powers, and definitely looking forward to that. And curious to see how in the world they're going to wrap everything up in just one more issue. 4 issues is very tight for this plot line. We've got a war between Anwat Gar and Eternos. We've got Skeletor manipulating Anwat Gar. We've got Evil Lyn with her own agenda. We've got drama between He-Man and Teela. We've got drama between Man-at-Arms and King Randor. There's just a lot going on, so it'll be interesting to see if they can wrap everything up in a very satisfying way in only 4 issues. And one quick note, in my previous reviews, I talked about the best known backstories for Cyclone that were given in the 2002 cartoon and the Classics bio. But Toonjuka actually left a comment on one of those reviews and let me know about 2 lesser known origins I had no idea about. One of those origins is in the Golden Book titled I Have the Power. And this is a fairly common one that you can get relatively cheap. And it does have an origin for Cyclone in it that gives us his nickname that they use in this comic, as well as probably an inspiration for what his occupation is. The other origin is from the Masters of the Universe comics in the UK, and this is where the new comic gets his name from, and also him being a cyborg because of an injury. And according to the Battle Realm blog, it's supposed to be in issue 71 of the Masters of the Universe series. That would be the next and last issue of it. And I can't confirm that yet, but I do have it coming in the mail, and so I should be able to confirm that in the future. And when I get that issue, I'll probably be doing a separate video on all of Cyclone's different origins. And again, thank you for Tunjuka for the information drop in the comments. I love his videos. Go check out his channel. In franchise news, Masters of the Universe Revolution will be coming to Netflix on January 25th. We got a premiere date confirmed, so looking forward to that. And on the toy front, we've got a lot of stuff that's shipping now, but for the future, they've announced that there will be a series of figures that will be telling a story crossing over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Masters of the Universe. It'll be called Turtles of Grayskull. And the back card art for Mutated He-Man has a Shredder-themed slime pit. Presumably that's probably mutagen, but man, that looks awesome. I'm sure Pixel Dan was through the moon when he saw that. I don't know if they plan to make that, but I think that would sell if they did. So yes, this is a very exciting time to be a fan of Masters of the Universe. There's always something new going on, and it's just great to get comics and figures and animation and all that. So like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, good journey.